Stop, please, stop moving. A man whispered. We are not finished. An arm answered. This is not a story about a miracle. This is a story about a parasite. A tale of a man who prayed for the strength to change his life, and received a gift that would tear it apart, piece by piece. In a cramped, dusty mechanic workshop in the heart of Kumasi, worked a man named Kwaku. Kwaku was a gifted mechanic, his hands capable of healing any engine. But his life was defined by a single, humiliating word: weakness. He was slight of build, his voice was soft, and in a world that respected physical power and loud authority, he was invisible. The other mechanics, led by the hulking, cruel Osei, mocked him relentlessly. They called him Spindle Shanks and Girl Hand. They stole his customers, his tools, his lunch money. Kwaku's deepest desire was not for wealth, but for respect. For the strength to push back. To feel his own face connect with Osei's smug face, just once. One evening, after a particularly brutal day where Osei had deliberately ruined a transmission Kwaku had spent hours fixing, Kwaku stumbled home, his spirit broken. He passed the shop of an old, disreputable fetish priest, a man people whispered about in fearful tones. A sign, crudely painted, read, "Solutions for weak men." Desperation overriding sense, Kwaku entered. The air was thick with the smell of strange herbs and old blood. The priest, a man with one milky eye, listened to his pleas for strength. The world respects the hand that can crush, Kwaku pleaded. I need that hand. The priest nodded slowly. There is an aboefo, a helper. It can give you the strength you crave. It will become a part of you. But it is not a servant. It is a partner. And it has its own appetites. You must feed it. You must let it work. Do you understand? Blinded by the vision of his own power, Kwaku agreed. I understand. I will do anything. The priest performed the ritual, painting Kwaku's back with a sticky, black paste that felt like cooling tar. That night, Kwaku fell into a feverish sleep, his dreams filled with the sound of cracking bones and the sight of a powerful, dark arm swinging a hammer with brutal, perfect force. He woke up screaming. The pain in his back was excruciating. He twisted, looking in the cracked mirror on his wall. And he saw it. Protruding from just below his left shoulder blade was a third arm. It was fully formed, muscular, and glistening with a strange, oily sheen. It was perfectly still, curled against his back like a sleeping serpent. Terrified, he reached for it with his own, trembling hand. The moment his fingers brushed the strange limb, it uncoiled. It was fast. Impossibly fast. It gripped his own wrist with a strength that made his bones creak. This was not the rhythm of joy. This was the beginning of a nightmare. The first few days were a blur of terror and confusion. Kwaku hid the arm, binding it tightly against his body under layers of clothing. It was a constant, squirming weight, a secret that filled him with dread. But then, Osei came to the workshop, looking for another fight. He shoved Kwaku against a car. You ruined my customer's engine, Spindle Shanks. You're paying for it. A white-hot rage, fueled by a lifetime of humiliation, surged through Kwaku. In that moment, he didn't bind the arm. He let it free. The third arm shot out from under his shirt. It didn't swing wildly. It moved with a predatory, efficient grace. It grabbed Ose by the throat and lifted him, the big man's feet kicking a full foot off the ground. The arm didn't tremble. It was immovable. Ose's eyes bulged, not just from lack of air, but from sheer, uncomprehending terror. The other mechanics watched, frozen. Kwaku, his own two arms hanging uselessly at his sides, simply stared. The third arm squeezed, just enough to make a point, then tossed Ose aside like a ragdoll. No one mocked Kwaku again. The initial benefit was intoxicating. He was feared. He was left alone. This was the twisted rhythm of joy. But the arm was not satisfied. It had tasted action. It had its own will. It started with small acts of rebellion. Kwaku would be reaching for a cup of tea, and the third arm would knock it aside, as if disgusted by the weakness of the gesture. He would try to pet a stray dog, and the arm would lash out, not to hit it, but to scare it, a swift, aggressive motion that made the animal yelp and flee. Then, the orders began. Not in words, but in deep, visceral impulses that flooded Kwaku's mind. He would feel a compelling urge to break something, to dominate someone. He was walking through the market when a pickpocket brushed against him. Before Kwaku could even process the event, the third arm shot out. It didn't just grab the thief. It twisted his wrist with a sickening crack. The sound was louder than the thief's scream. Kwaku stood there, horrified, as the arm held the sobbing thief until the police came. The crowd cheered him as a hero. The arm flexed, basking in the admiration. It was getting stronger. And it was learning to enjoy its work. The final horror came at the workshop. Ose, humiliated and vengeful, returned with two friends, armed with metal pipes. They cornered Kwaku. "This ends now, witch," Ose snarled. Kwaku felt a surge of fear. But the third arm felt only anticipation. It ripped Kwaku's shirt open, fully revealing itself for the first time. The sight of the oily, muscular, independently made the three thugs freeze in their tracks. The arm did not wait. It was a blur. It moved with the precision of a machine and the brutality of a demon. It shattered Ose's pipe, then his arm. It disarmed the second man and drove his head into the side of a car. It grabbed the third by the ankle and swung him, smashing him into a stack of tires. In less than 10 seconds, 3 men lay broken and bleeding on the concrete floor. The third arm was not even breathing heavily. It curled its fingers into a fist, and for the first time, Kwaku heard its voice in his mind, clear as day. "See what we can do? No more weakness. Only power. From now on, I lead." Kwaku was a prisoner in his own body. The third arm was now the master. It forced him to eat raw meat, which it seemed to prefer. It made him lift heavier and heavier weights, not for fitness, but as a form of worship to its own strength. It would punch the concrete walls of his room at night, the impact shaking the building, just to feel the vibration. Kwaku, gaunt and hollow-eyed, knew he was being erased. The gentle mechanic who loved to fix things was being replaced by a vessel for pure, mindless aggression. He stumbled back to the fetish priest shop, falling to his knees. "Please. Take it back. It's killing me. The priest looked at the powerful, twitching arm with something like reverence. I told you. It is not a servant. It is an aboeful. A helper. You asked for strength. It gave you the ultimate strength. The strength without a conscience. The strength that never questions. You cannot take it back. The only way to be free is to give it what it truly wants. What? What does it want? Kwaku begged. It does not want to share a body, the priest said. It wants its own. It is tired of being an arm. It wants to be a man. That night, the arm took full control. It marched Kwaku's body to the center of the mechanic workshop. It doused the walls in gasoline. It was going to burn Kwaku's old life away, a final act of destruction. As it raised the lit match, Kwaku, with a final, desperate surge of his own will, fought back. Not with strength, that was a battle he would lose, but with the memory of who he was. He remembered the satisfaction of a perfectly tuned engine, the kindness of his mother, the simple peace of a life without violence. He looked at the powerful, alien limb attached to him, and he felt not anger, but a profound, heartbreaking pity for it. It was pure force, without love, without joy, without peace. It was the emptiest thing in the world. You are so strong, Kwaku whispered, his voice trembling but clear. But you are so lonely. The arm hesitated. The match flickered. The concept of loneliness was alien to it. It was a weapon. Weapons are not lonely. And I will not let you make me lonely too, Kwaku said. With a final, monumental effort of will, not to control the arm, but to control his own body, he did the one thing the arm could not comprehend. He turned the gasoline can on himself. The arm shrieked, a silent, psychic scream of fury and confusion. It tried to stop him, but it was an arm. It could only grab, and punch, and break. It could not understand a willing sacrifice. Kwaku dropped the match. The fire erupted, consuming him and the arm in a single, roaring embrace. When the fire died down, they found only one body. Kwaku's. But the third arm was gone. Not burned away. Gone. As if it had never been. Some say it was consumed in the flames. Others, more fearful, whisper that it escaped. That it crawled away from the fire, a thing of pure muscle and will, searching for a new, weaker host to complete its transformation. Kwaku got his wish. He was no longer weak. He found the ultimate strength, the strength to destroy his own demon, even if it meant destroying himself. So the next time you pray for power, be specific. Pray for the strength to be kind. The strength to be gentle. Because the universe might just send you a different kind of strength altogether. A strength that doesn't build, but only breaks. What do you think? Was Kwaku's final act one of heroic sacrifice, or was it a tragic failure? Let me know in the comments below. His story is a dark lesson for us all, that the power we crave most can become the prison we cannot escape, and that some gifts are curses waiting to unfold. Don't forget to subscribe to Safari of Tales and hit the bell icon so you never miss another journey into the heart of modern darkness. Until next time, be careful what you wish for.